Hi there. Welcome to MCSI. My name is Erica. In this video, I will demonstrate how you can use the file utility in Linux systems to determine the type of a file. When you receive a malware sample to reverse engineer, the sample may or may not have a file extension, or the extension present may not match the actual file type. It is important to identify the exact file type before proceeding to analyze the sample. For this, we will use the file utility that is installed by default on all Linux systems. If you have a Windows computer, then you can install Windows Subsystem for Linux and use the tool. Let's get started. I have set up an Ubuntu virtual machine. I will show you how file command is used to determine the file type of some executables and files. You can view the help section using this command. I have some Windows executables in this folder. I will run the file command on all these files. We can see that they have all been identified as PE executables. A plus sign indicates that the sample is a 64-bit one. Samples without the plus are 32-bit files. Some information is provided within brackets for each sample. Let's talk about it. GUI samples use the graphical user interface. Console samples require interaction from the user over the command prompt console. Native samples are typically device drivers and native system processes. Now, 3 samples have been identified as DLL, which are shared libraries used by multiple applications. These shared libraries have different extensions based on the application they are created for. RS is the extension applied to shared libraries used by the Windows rating system. DRV is the extension used for Windows driver files. DLL is the extension used for shared libraries imported by exe files. Considering Windows executables, using file command you can get a good idea about whether the sample is a 32-bit or 64-bit one and what type of executable it is. We can view only the MIME type of these files using the I switch. Now, let's determine type information about these files. Here we have a JPEG image file. You can view details like the image resolution. EPUB is an ebook file format. This file is in XML format. It can be viewed in a text editor. This is a SQLite database. Here is a C++ source file. A file containing Windows setup information. An archive in 7-zip format. An image in GIF format. A text file in rich text format. A disk file in UDF or Universal Disk format. A Windows batch script. A plain text file. An image file in PNG format. A JSON file. Another text file. An MSI installer file. And finally, a PDF document. Did you notice how we were able to determine the types of files even when the extension was not present? Let's view the MIME type for these files. Now let's determine the file type of some Linux binaries and files. Here we have 3 Linux executables. They are in the executable and linkable format, or ELF. 2 samples are 64-bit ones, and 1 sample is a 32-bit one. A dynamically linked executable means the required libraries are loaded at runtime. In a statically linked executable, all the required libraries have been built into the binary. When a binary has been stripped, It means that debugging data and other information have been removed from the binary to reduce its size. To know more about Linux executables and the other fields in this output, I encourage you to study about the ELF file format. Let's view the MIME type for these files. Now let's classify these files. We have a Python script, a shell script, a text file, a file used during system boot process, a Debian binary package, an archive in zip format, a compressed tar archive, and finally some data in binary format. Let's view the MIME type for these files. In this folder, we have 3 link files. This means these files are shortcuts to other files or directories. When the file command is executed against all the files in this folder, the shortcut files are correctly identified as symbolic links. To identify the source file type for which links have been created, use the uppercase L switch. Did you observe how a simple command line tool provided a great deal of information about a file's type? Here is a project idea for you. Select some executables and files from a Windows and Linux computer. Use File command on all the chosen samples. Observe how the output appears. When you are familiar with how the file utility presents information for a file when presented with a malware sample, you will be able to interpret that information easily. Good luck with your project. If you like this video, please hit like and share this video on social media. Don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel to receive more videos like this one. Join our online community of students learning useful cybersecurity skills if you haven't already. To register for a free account right away, go to our website. Happy learning and see you soon.